Azul is a tile placement game for 2 to 4 players where you compete to create patterns on your board using colourful tiles. The game consists of several rounds, and in each round, players take turns drafting tiles from factories and placing them on their boards to complete rows. The goal of Azul is to score the most points by adding tiles to your wall, which is this section on the right hand side of your player board. To place tiles here, first you need to form complete rows of matching tiles on the left side of your board. You claim tiles from the factories to fill these rows. We'll explain scoring at the end of the video. To start, give each player a board. You'll notice there's 2 sides to your board, one with a multicolored wall and one with a grey wall. The side with the grey wall is the advanced variant. For this video we'll focus on the standard version with the multicolored wall, but the rules for the advanced variant are the same, with the only difference being you can place tiles at any location on your wall, but they must not be in a row. For beginners, we recommend sticking with the standard mode side to start with, and when playing the game, everyone must use the same side. To set up the game, place the scoring marker, the black cube, on the 0 space of your point track on your board. Before we go any further, let's quickly explain the terms for each of these sections. This section on your board is the pattern line, this section on the right hand side is the wall, this section at the bottom is your factory floor, and these are the factories. Arrange the circular factory boards in the center of the table. For 2 players, use 5 factories, for 3 players, use 7 factories, and for 4 players, use all 9 factories. Randomly draw 4 tiles from the bag and place them face up on each of the factory spaces, continuing to do so until all factories have 4 tiles on each of them. This is the first player token, and to start the game it's given to the person who's most recently visited Portugal. If nobody's been to Portugal, then the tile is given to the player whose name starts with the letter closest to A. There's 3 phases to each round in Azul: tile drafting, tile placement, and scoring replenishment. Firstly, in the tile drafting phase, players take turns to choose tiles from the factories or center and place them on the left hand side of their board. Next, in the tile placement phase, players move tiles from the left side of the board onto their wall. Then in the tile replenishment phase, we score points and redraw new tiles again in each of the factories. Tile drafting. Starting with the first player and proceeding clockwise, each player must select tiles from one of the factories or from the central area and place them on a pattern line. When taking tiles from a factory, you must take all tiles of the same color and move the remaining tiles to the center. If you take tiles from the center, you must take all tiles of the same color. If you're the first player to take from the center, you get the first player token, which goes on your factory floor here, giving you 1 negative point, but allowing you to choose tiles first in the next round. You cannot play tiles on your pattern line if that wall color already has been completed. Any excess tiles that cannot be placed on your pattern lines will go on the floor line, deducting points at the end of the round. Tile placement. When the tile drafting phase is complete and all tiles are gone from the center, players now place tiles they've drafted onto their walls. Once a row or pattern line on the left has been filled, you'll move 1 color from that row to the corresponding color on the wall, earning points, and place the extra tiles back into the bag. If you haven't completed the entire pattern line on the left, those tiles stay there for future rounds until you've completed that pattern line. Tile replenishment. At the end of each round, players will score points for tile placement, which we'll explain in a moment, plus gain any bonus points for completed rows, columns, or colors. The first player token is placed back in the center and new tiles are drawn from the bag to refill each factory for the next round. Scoring. Scoring in Azul is calculated by completing rows and columns along with additional bonus points for completing full rows, full columns, or all of one color. Here's how the points are calculated. Single tile, 1 point. If the tile is not touching any other tiles, you'll receive 1 point. Completed row. For each tile in a completed row, including the one you just placed, you score 1 point. For example, here I would score 4 points for this row. Completed column. For each tile in a completed column, including the one you just placed, you score 1 point. For example, here I would score 3 points. If you complete an entire column, you get 7 bonus points. If you complete a full row, you get 2 bonus points, but it triggers the game end. If you complete all 5 tiles of one color, you get 10 bonus points. The game end is triggered if, after the scoring phase, a player has completed a full row. The player with the highest score is the winner. In the case of a tie, the tied player with the most complete horizontal lines wins the tie. If this doesn't break the tie, the victory is shared. So that's all the rules to Azul. If you're looking for some tips and strategies, make sure and check out the Ultimate Azul Strategy Guide video so you can crush your opponents.